Hey everybody, this is Matthew with Houston Aquarium Warehouse. It is the 9th of February 2026 and we just got in a big 12 box import from our partners in Bogota, Colombia, and wanted to take a little bit of time while these guys acclimated and show you some of the stuff we got in today. We're going to start over here. Pleco season is in full swing, so we were able to get a few varieties of plecos in. These right here are L191 Royal Plecos. Let me get that to focus a little better. There we go. Sometimes called the dull-eyed Royal Plecos. These guys have a, as the name would suggest, a duller color for the eye. They don't have the really bright red color that the L190s have, but still a really cool fish. Still have that really nice bright white striped tail. Those really cool kind of watermelon, almost like melon pattern on their bodies. Over here we have some inspector plecos, and also known as snowball plecos. Haven't gotten these guys in it's probably been about a year or so, so I was happy to bring these in. These there's kind of variation between some of them. Some of them have more white spots, some of them kind of have more of like an orange gold spot to them, and these guys are more of the kind of gold orange spotted color to them. Really beautiful fish. Stay on the smaller side. Really awesome pleco. Over here we got some more small L128 blue phantom plecos. I've really been enjoying bringing in the smaller size on these guys because the blue coloration on them really kind of pops, and y'all seem to enjoy taking home smaller plecos anyways. So got some really small guys in there. That guy's maybe about 1.5 inches long. Some of them are a little bit closer to like 2 or 3. And over here we haven't gotten these in a couple years, so I'm happy we managed to do so. These are L239 blue Pinaque plecos. Video doesn't really do it justice, but when these guys color up, they got this really nice kind of a dark sort of navy blue color to them. Another smaller growing species. Really like them because they got these really big fat heads on them, and you can see the gill spines on that guy right there, pretty pronounced. Really cool. Put that guy back in there. Are you alive? Yeah, he's alive. Some of these guys get a little discombobulated in transit, so hopefully he does okay. Over here I always like to bring in at least one type of pistogramma every time we do an import. These are Pistogramma personata. These are coming out of Me Too, which was one of the last places we went to on expedition. They're all acclimating right now, so you know they're not going to be showing any of their colors, but this is a beautiful species of a pistogramma. Really easy to breed too, so if you want to come in and grab a couple females and a male, they'll actually spawn in tanks pretty regularly. Over here, something we haven't brought in a little while. These are checkerboard cichlids, one of my favorite of the kind of micro or dwarf cichlids. These guys stay very small. Very beautiful fish. I believe these are the filamentosis. So they'll actually get this really nice kind of long filament on their caudal fin towards the end. Beautiful little fish, and I got about 500 of those in. Moving down over here, we have some scalar angelfish. Autumn season has not started yet. That won't be until around May or June. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have to settle for these guys. Just your kind of standard wild silver angelfish, but they are a staple in the hobby for a reason. These guys are super hardy, really pretty, and they go really well in kind of like a mixed community aquarium, provided you don't put them in with anything they're gonna gobble up or fight with too bad. Moving on to slightly more exciting things. Over here we have some wild blue discus. These are coming out of Leticia at the very southern tip of Colombia. Oftentimes we get the greens from there, but this time I asked specifically for them to find me some blues. and they did not disappoint. These guys are very, very blue. Very good size on them as well, and they all seem to be really, really healthy. A couple of them have a couple little transit scuffs, but those are all superficial, and those will clean up here after a few days once we've been medicating them and giving them some TLC. That guy almost looks like one of the orange paraconis we got in. Always love wild discus. Anytime you get a batch of them, they're always slightly different from the batch before. Over here, my absolute favorite species of Corydoras catfish. These are Corydoras mete, or the true bandit catfish. I've filmed these guys a lot while I'm down in the Meta region of Colombia. Seeing schools of hundreds of these guys amongst the rocks is always really an awesome sight to behold, and they get pretty big and stout too, like, you know, almost 3 inches, or some of the ones that I've seen out there. These guys are, you know, about inch and a half long or so, so they're still nice and tiny. Love that kind of black mask on them where they get their name. Over here we have Corydoras concolor. They are spooked, so they're not showing that really cool kind of color gradient on them. Well, he is a little bit. So, and I'm about to show you over in that box over there, we did get more of the CW 217s, or the Rio Tomo concolors. So I wanted to bring in some of the regular ones so you can kind of see the difference. Technically they're the same species, but as you can see, the color difference is actually very profound. So, and these are the CW 217s. So once these color up, I'll get a video of them, and they have that bright kind of orange color on the entire back half of their body. Really beautiful fish, and really kind of cool to see what the difference just being a few rivers over can make, because these are their own subspecies. We got these in back in December. We got about 60 of them back then. We got about 60 of them now. They're pricey, but they sold like hotcakes. We probably sold out of these guys within 2 weeks of bringing them in. So if you want them, once these guys go on sale, get them while you can, because these guys are still relatively new to the hobby and still very, very popular with collectors. And last but not least, we have a box of Corydoras trilineatus, sometimes called 3-spot Cory, sometimes mislabeled as Julii. Really, really pretty little Corydoras species. You see them fairly often in the hobby, but that doesn't make them any less special. You know, good, cheap $5 Corydoras catfish school. These go great in any tank. So yeah, so that's everything we brought in today. Hopefully we're going to bring in a couple more imports before Colombia shuts down for the year, which I believe starts in March or April, and they won't be exporting for a couple months, so we'll be switching over to probably Brazil. I've been thinking about maybe bringing in some discus from Vietnam or Thailand as well. So yeah, give these guys a couple days to get medicated and settled in our store, and come by, check them out, and take some home. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.